The audio is good, guys? Okay, good, perfect. Amazing. Yes. Well, I'm happy you accepted our invitation.
Yeah.
Good, good, good. So welcome to Heart to Heart. We're very excited to have you this morning. 6 a.m. Interview today. 6 a.m.
Oh, is it really early for you?
Yes.
Oh, it's really early, huh? Yeah.
Yes. So we're doing a special weekly edition this week. First question that we had for you was, where does your name come from?
My name.
Mm-hmm.
This used to be my character's name in WoW back in the day, like very early. Um, I didn't have a computer when I was very young. I used to go and play like in internet cafes in Greece here, and I don't know. I like the word phenomenal. I just liked it, and I just changed it up a bit about like it's kind of how it's spelled in Greek because it's a word in a bunch of languages like in Spanish and Italian as well. I think it's like exactly the same. So yeah, I just like how the word sounded, and that was like my first character's name in WoW, and then I just stuck with it when I started playing Hearthstone, and that's pretty much it.
Okay. So you started playing Hearthstone when exactly?
I started playing Hearthstone early beta, I think. I was a really big fan of card games, and Hearthstone was the first one that was like online that I really liked the way it looked, and I was just into it immediately. And I remember watching streams back then in beta because that was like the kind of only way you could get yourself to engage with Hearthstone, let's say, because beta was like rare back then. Like no one really had beta except like the famous streamers, let's say, and they just had them rolling out. And I just remember that one really close friend of mine actually happened to get a beta invite, and he actually gave his account to me. And like I was playing way more than him, and that's how I started. And I've just been playing since then. I think I've only taken like a couple of months break at some point, but I think I've been pretty much playing since then. Like, yeah,
Okay.
since the very beginning.
That's good. And so you mentioned a break. You took a break at some point. For which reason?
Yeah, like, well, at the start, I was never, I wasn't playing competitively or I wasn't playing, streaming or anything. Like, that's just started, I want to say, so I don't remember when Hearthstone came out. Was it like 8 years ago? Was it more?
Oh, 8 years ago. That's it, I think.
Maybe 10 years ago? I've kind of lost count now, but anyway, I haven't. I didn't get like into content creation or competing until a couple of years later. So yeah, at the start I was just watching streams, playing myself just for fun, and then I just started taking it more seriously, and then I started competing, and then I started going for High Legend, and yeah, I only took a break. The only real break that I've taken, like playing no Hearthstone at all, was just I remember there was like a meta with Druid back then that was like Force of Nature Druid, which now Force of Nature is like 5 mana summon 3 trends, but back then it was like 6 mana summon 3 or 4 trends that had shards, so they could go face as well. So yeah, I was just dying every game to Force of Nature Savage Roar, and I was like, I can't take this anymore, so I just quit for a bit. But it was only I think it was like around a month that they nerfed it, and then I just came back. So yeah, that's the only time I remember I took like a real break from the game.
You must not enjoy classic mode then.
I have not played a single game, but no, I did quite enjoy Miracle Rogue. Like Miracle Rogue was like the only deck I played for. Actually, Rogue was the only class I played until I kind of started competing, because then I had to like, learn how to play other stuff. But yeah, I was playing Miracle Rogue for the longest time, only Miracle Rogue. So I don't really want to play it again. Like I feel like I've played it enough, and I'm good playing all these new decks now. That's enough for me.
Good, good, good. Um, so I'm guessing the first class you got golden was Rogue.
Yes, 100%. I had Golden Rogue, and then it was Mage. I think. I think Mage is probably the most common class that people get Golden first. I want to say. But yeah, it was definitely Rogue that I got Golden first. Like I had so many games. I used to have only Rogue and Mage games, and like zero wins in ranked with any other class. I just remember that very clearly.
So do you still have class you have zero wins with?
No, no, no. I think the last class that I got a win with in ranked was Priest. Priest was always like kind of my least favorite. But funny enough, Priest was the first class that I got golden in all servers. So yeah, it was probably the last class that I played in ranked ever. But yeah, it was when Raza Priest was a deck, and then it was so easy to win back then with Raza Priest. So yeah, I was playing multiple servers for legend finishes because I was competing back then, and it was my first class that I got golden in all three servers actually.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's kind of a comeback, a comeback from
Hmm.
Priest. um, okay, good. So now that you've mentioned a bit about your beginning in Hearthstone, maybe you can tell us a bit about your beginning as a streamer. How did you start it, and what pushed you over the idea to do it?
Yeah, so at the start I mean it all started from me competing. I never really had any intent to like stream or cuz like I didn't really know like streaming was early back then. Like I didn't really know how it worked. I didn't like there weren't that many big streamers or anything. So yeah, I just started as competing first. And then with competing, like there's like a lot of dead periods, like of times that you don't really do anything. And also teams started requesting like streaming hours after a while because streaming was getting more and more popular. So I kind of got into it. I never really liked it at the start because I don't know. I just felt like I was just doing it like as a chore, like as something that I just had to do to get my streaming hours in, and I never really enjoyed it. It was only until I was done with competing after I was out of GM, and I was like, there's no reason for me to try to qualify again. So it was only then when I, actually really started to enjoy it, because if I wanted to keep doing something on Hearthstone, it had to be streaming, because yeah, competing is not really a great way to make a living out of Hearthstone nowadays. It used to be better, I think, but now it's like you gotta do some content creation of some sort, and streaming and YouTube are just like the best things to do. So yeah, I got really into it, and then I actually started to really enjoy it. Building a community and all that. That was very important and very. It just kept me interested. And then I just wanted to make my stream better and better and better. And I love the game, so yeah, that just pushed me, and I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, no, of course. So you're talking about enjoying the game. Did you have a favorite meta this year?
Favorite meta this year. I really like Alignment Druid. Alignment Druid was like my go-to deck. I was playing Alignment Druid even when it was like really bad at the start. Like I remember I was like struggling like 50%, no, less than 50% win rate. I remember I had like I don't know how many games. I think it was around like maybe 3,000 games with Alignment Druid, like sub 50% win rate, which for me is just like insane. Like I don't remember last time I played a deck that much that had like such a low win rate. But then yeah, then it got just better and better and better until we flew too close to the sun, and then it got nerfed. But I really enjoyed it. So yeah, I like all the Alignment Druid metas. I just really enjoyed.
Okay, good. And recently, what have you been playing?
Recently, well, this man I've just been playing Kazakus Druid, because it's yeah. I mean, it's kind of like the only new deck because I've been playing so much Hearthstone. All of this latest year, I guess, and I've played like all of the decks, and now I feel like we're just towards the end of it, and there's still some decks that I played like at the start. You know, like there's still like Quest Hunter and like Quest Rogue and like all of those decks that I feel like I've played for so long. So Kazakus Druid is just like something different, and that's the kind of only new thing, you know, in quote unquote new thing. So yeah, I'm just playing that right now and just waiting for the rotation. So we see what different paths Hearthstone takes after that.
Of course, of course. And okay, so crunchy question related to Kazakis Druid. So, uh, do we or we don't play Kazakis if we have the mana to do it, but it's very early on? Like, is it worth it to play it early on, or you should wait to get a little bit more of your cards before before playing Kazakis?
If you've ramped, and I think the only bad way to play it is in certain matchups if you like really bloom it out early or like innervate it out. I think only that could like hurt you a bit. But I think if you have 8 mana like with no bloom like and you have Kazakus in hand and the game is even, you just play it. So yeah, give me a sec. I'm gonna grab a water.
Of course, of course.
Yeah, so pretty much it. If you have the mana for it and you've ramped, you should play it most of the time. I don't know. It depends on the matchup sometimes, but yeah, if I have the mana for it and I've ramped, I play it.
Guff or no guff?
Always guff.
No, but like if you didn't get guff, would you play Kazakis on
Oh,
eight?
yes,
Okay.
yes, yes.
Okay, good.
I think people overestimate. I mean, guff is a really good card, but I think Kazakus is more of like a powerful card. I want to say when you get to play it, other than Guff, at least right now. I don't know. I feel like Kazakus ends so many games the moment you play it. So yeah, not that Guff doesn't, but Kazakus is just like a win condition. So you just play your win condition, I feel.
Are you like, so if we talk about the weapons, not just the weapons, but all the treasures, do you play Keldar sometimes?
Yeah. Now I definitely I even like picking the cards like the 1 mana card that gives +3/+3. I actually pick that quite often, even when I like, I'm not always going for the weapon, but sometimes I feel like it's just good enough. Because I've won a lot of games where I've just had 1 minion and then I just played like the 3/3 buff and then gave it like the Wind Fury with the 5 mana. It's also very cheap, and sometimes you like to have some cheap cards. So yeah, I think they're actually pretty good. I don't pick the weapon that often, but the buff I actually pick it quite often because it also works with Fungal Fortunes, and I play Fungal Fortunes and it's pretty good. But yeah, no, I've got the weapon a couple of times. It's really good. It's really good if you get to hit it.
Yeah, nice. So now that Locust is out, so in terms of like when you see treasure, like what's your top treasure you to get?
I think Book of the Dead is one treasure that I just almost immediately pick.
Yeah.
Unless
you're playing
against treasure's just like
Quest Hunter and there's no minions that died.
Well, I feel like there's, especially when you play the deck that I play, which plays the 7 mana card Scale of Onyxia. I think it's pretty easy to get minions dead. Yeah, there's very rare situations that I've been offered it and I didn't pick it. But no, most of the time I feel like I just almost immediately pick it. It's like a no-brainer for me, especially if there's like any minions died before that, or if I have a scale in hand.
Of course. And
yeah, and then maybe Embers. I pick Embers quite a bit as well. Other than that, Anoyatrons, I guess, if I had to pick like 3. And I think I even picked those more than Locust, to be honest. Like, those, I just, yeah, I just really like those.
And the bombs?
Oh, the bombs. The bombs are good. The bombs are pretty good. Especially if you get the jar, like the legendary. The one that's like, every time something dies, summon a legendary. Yeah, it's good. I wouldn't say it's like a top priority, but it's good against like Demon Hunter. It's good against Warrior. It's good against like certain things, you know? It's really good against Warrior because when they clear, they don't play many minions. So when they clear, they take all the face damage. Or they play like the Bulwark, the Shield. And then you can break the charges that way. And yeah, Demon Hunter, they like play Immolation Aura and all that. So I think against those two, they were like they're very high priorities. But other than that, I don't think I pick it that much like against Druid or Shaman or, you know, those type of matchups.
Okay, thank you. I
Yeah.
mean, it's lots and lots of questions that people come and ask me when I'm streaming, so that's why I wanted to get your input on that, to
Yeah.
get a different perspective. Okay, so if we go back into like the whole time you've been playing Hearthstone, which meta was your favorite one, and which expansion did you prefer?
Man, this is hard. My favorite meta ever.
Force of Nature.
I don't really know. I have very pleasant memories from exploring the meta when like the Death Knights came out. Like Lich King and Death Knights. I was like, what, Knights of the Frozen Throne? I don't remember what it was called exactly. I have very pleasant memories from that. From like trying to find the good decks and just playing with the hero cards back then, like the Death Knights. The specific meta that was my favorite, I don't know. I'm the type of person that I always find a deck that I like playing and I'm happy with. But yeah, as a meta in general, I'd probably say it was like that meta. Or like a cube look meta. That was probably... Wait, was that when hero cards came out? I don't really remember, but when cube look and like Quest Rogue and Token Druid, like when those things were meta and like Shatter Shaman, that's a meta that I really liked. But it was such a long time ago, so I don't really remember what expansion it was.
Of course, I think lots of people that come on the show really like that meta. I think it's a overall thing that people really liked.
Yeah, I was doing really well in that meta because I was competing back then. I wasn't streaming. It was like when I won my first tournament as well, so I was really into that meta. Like I really liked playing in it, and I think I was really good at it. So yeah, maybe that's why I just have such a good memory from it.
Of course. So you're from Greece, right?
Yes.
And do
Yes.
you currently live in Greece?
I currently live in Greece, yes.
Have you ever thought about living somewhere else?
Yeah, I have. I've traveled quite a lot because of Hearthstone. But I don't know. I've really thought about moving, but it's just that right now, for where I'm at, I feel like I'm just pretty good where I am. Like I'm making pretty good money, and it's kind of cheap in Greece. So, you know, I don't really wanna move yet. But I think in the future, I definitely will be looking to move. But I'm good where I am right now, so you know I don't really think about it too much.
Are you on an island or are you in the main city in Greece?
No, I live near Athens. I live in Corinthos. It's a city like 45 minutes near Athens. So yeah, I live in the mainland.
Okay, good. And
Yeah.
so do you go on vacation on the island sometimes?
Yes. It's very simple for us. You know, like for me, it's like I can just go for like a weekend anywhere. You know, it's like pretty easy. Yeah. It's there's like a lot of really nice places for, especially in the summer, near to where I live. So there's plenty of choices. You know, that's a really big upside of living where I live.
Of course, of course. So I'm guessing you speak Greek.
Mm-hmm.
So have you ever thought about streaming in Greek?
Yes, at the start when I was starting, since most of my friends at the start when I got into Hearthstone were Greek, and I was more into like the Greek community, the Greek Hearthstone community back then. I remember that I always wanted to stream in English though, because I feel like it's easier to connect with more people, you know? I mean, it definitely is easier to connect with more people, and yeah, that's what I just really like. I like the Greek community; they're great, but I would rather just make sure that I have like a bigger reach and I can talk to more people and communicate with more people. I don't know. I just always found that more interesting to get different perspectives and yeah, just talk to more people, I guess.
Of
That's
course.
why I just chose to stream in English.
Yeah, no, of course. It does definitely give you a bigger reach and
Yeah,
discuss
yeah.
with more people.
Yeah, also, I mean, also that way you just have more potential to grow. And if you're, I always since the beginning, I wanted to do this, and I wanted it to grow as much as I could. And I feel like if you stream in Greek or like your specific language, unless it's like I don't know, like Russian or Spanish, which have like insanely big communities, then it's much easier to grow if you're streaming in English.
No, of course. Um,
Yeah.
so let's talk a bit about your family. How did they react when you were like, "Oh, I'm gonna be a video game streamer"? Like, what was their first reaction? Were they supportive?
Well, it didn't start like that. Yeah, they knew that I was that I was playing games since I was very young, and I was like really into it. So I would spend like countless hours playing games, and my family would always be like, "Stop playing, play less, study, blah 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 blah." Like it's like the normal thing. But the first time I remember very clearly when I told them that I was going to sign with a team, they were like, "Yeah, okay, whatever you say." Like, but when I got the money for the first time, they were like, "Wait, was he actually speaking the truth the whole time?" And then the money started coming in, and then not that they were ever telling me don't do it or like don't do what you want, but they never really believed in it until I started getting money. Then they realized that it was like a real thing. Because also back then it wasn't that. I feel like it was like the early stages, so it was less believable. And yeah, but now they're just treating it like a real, like I have an actual job, and they're happy that I'm doing good, and it's just all going good.
Good. Do they understand well what do you do?
Yes. Now that I'm streaming, they do. They understand what streaming is exactly. They've gotten more into the technology and all of that. When I was competing, yeah, I think they also understood it. I think with Hearthstone, it's like pretty simple. But yeah, it's kind of harder for like the older generations to understand it all. But no, I think my parents are pretty good at it. I think they are pretty good with technology, so they got caught up pretty quick.
Good, good. Do they watch your stream?
Yes, I think they watch like some highlights, especially when there's like my dog or something. They always watch it. But yeah, they watch every now and then.
Good, good. Gives us it gives them an opportunity to see you at least.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Do you have siblings?
Yes, I have a younger brother. Yeah, he lives in Athens, so yeah, he watches my stream as well because we don't see each other that much unless like I visit or he visits. Yeah.
Did he did he wanted to become a video game streamer too?
My brother was also really into video games like me. Like we're always like playing together, but I was always like the hardcore one. Like I would always, play to get better, and then I just couldn't like. I could not play a game if I wasn't good at it. Like I had to get good at it. My brother is more of like the casual person that plays games. That's like, oh, this looks like a fun game. I'll just play it. So no, he's still games. Like he plays quite a lot, but he was never really interested on playing competitively or making a career or anything.
Okay. Um, so um, so living in Greece and traveling for Hearthstone. Can you tell us which venue or competition you liked the most while traveling for Hearthstone?
I think I have really good memories from Korea. When I've been to Korea twice, in Seoul. That was really nice. I just really like the culture there and everything. It was just something new, and the food and everything. It was just really clicked with me. And also the other place I've traveled to the most, and I love it, and I keep going back every time, and I love it even more every time is France. I have a lot of friends from the Friends community, and they've always like the first team that I ever joined was a Friends team. It was Millennium back in the day, and yeah, I had like Friends teammates, and we've kept in touch, and they're all great people, and most of them are in Solari right now, and I just have we have a great relationship, and I love what they're doing, and yeah. So France is one of my. I've been to the most out of every country that I've ever visited. I think I've been to France at least like 10 times. I want to say. So yeah, it's a place I keep going back to, and I just really like it. I guess France will be number one then.
Okay, good. And
Yeah.
so in France, like which part of France you like the most? Are you always going to like Paris or do you
I've been
travel a
to
bit?
tours. I've been to tours a bunch of times, and I've been to Paris, and I've been to Marseille, I think. But I like tours. Tours is really nice. That's where the Solari people live as well. But it's just so nice, France. Like there's like such a nice. I don't know how to say it. Like the nature out there is so nice. Like Paris and all that is nice, but when you travel outside of Paris, they have such a nice. I don't know how to say it, but like the nature and all of that is just great there. I've really liked it. Especially the last time I visited, it was great.
Okay, good. And when you
Yeah.
went to Korea, did you went with Aveline?
Alistraza?
No, Aveline.
Oh, Aveline. Oh, Aveline. Uh, y- I, th- mm, I think she was playing there. I don't remember. I've got it like all mixed up, because I think the last time that I went there, I think she was playing in the Master Store. Um, yeah, I've been there twice. I think she was playing at the last one, but I'm not 100% sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's just because you're both from Greece, that's why.
Yeah. No, I know Evelyn. She's pretty good at the game, and she's streaming. So she's streaming in English as well, and it's pretty good.
Have you guys met in real?
Mm. Yeah, we've met in real life. Wait, actually, maybe we've met in Korea. I don't exactly remember. It was either Korea or Athens somewhere. I think we've definitely met in Athens at some point as well. Yeah, but I think you might be right. I think we might have also met in Korea or something.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good. Talking about other streamer, do you have? Are you like very close to other Hearthstone streamer in the community? Like now?
Yeah, I'm like one of my closest friends, and like one of the first friends that I made in Hearthstone is Tyler. Tyler is probably the person I'm like the closest to right now, together with Orange maybe. Yeah, Tyler, Orange, and Boar. Boar now works for Blizzard, Born Control. But yeah, no, I've made a lot of friends with Hearthstone, but streamers, I'd say Tyler and Orange right now are the people that I've met in real life like countless times, and we've hung out in events together and all that. So yeah, Tyler and Orange are probably my biggest Hearthstone friends.
Okay, nice, nice. Though Orange is a bit far.
Yeah, I mean, with Orange, we've been in the same team, so we've always like traveled together and like stayed in the same place. And yeah, that's kind of how we hung out. But we also go in vacation together, so it's yeah, I think we've definitely been in a couple of vacation together. So yeah, we know we always find a place, where it's convenient for all of us.
Amazing, amazing. We
Yeah.
love that community vibe together.
Hmm.
Good. So now I do have a couple of food questions for you.
All right. As you can see, I'm good with food.
You are?
Ah, yeah. I'm really good with it.
Okay, so wine or beer?
You know, I'm gonna say beer. I've never really got into wine, so but all of my friends love wine and they can't stop talking about it. And my dad loves wine. Everyone loves wine, but to be honest, I don't really like beer that much either. I'm not a big drinker, but yeah, if I had to pick, I would probably pick beer right now. Yeah.
So you're not a big drinker.
No, 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 definitely not. Only like like some alcohol when I'm out with friends, like on a like a party style or something. But no, I'm not really a big drinker.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah.
Keep your head clear all the time.
No, no, no. It's not about that. I'm just not really much into alcohol, to be honest.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Do you live with roommates?
No, I actually live at my parents' house right now.
Oh, so
For
you
a
see
couple of
them.
years.
So you see them
Yeah, yeah,
often.
yeah, yeah. No, it's
They
my
don't need
parents.
to see
Yeah.
you on stream. They don't.
Oh no, no, no! They don't need to see me on stream. Yeah, I've been living with my parents for a couple of years. I used to live by myself, but I don't know. I didn't want to pay the extra rent and all that, so I felt like I would just move in. I mean, my parents are great. They never bother me. It's all great. I can move out anytime I want, but I like saving the extra money and just I got everything I need here. So for now, it's working out.
Okay. So
Yeah.
um so that brings me to the question, are you a cook?
Mm. No, I'm not a cook. I Even though I might pick it up at some point, I'm not gonna lie. Like I recently picked up making coffee, and it's like one of my favorite things to do.
Making
Cooking is
coffee?
one of those things. Yeah, coffee.
Making coffee, that's your favorite thing to do?
Yes, no, but like actually make coffee. Like I've actually spent so much time making good coffee.
Okay.
Yeah, that actually took me a long time. I had to like research a bunch of espresso machines from the ones I wanted to get. Then I had to like research a bunch of other things how to make good coffee. So yeah, I really got into that for a while, and I think I make pretty good coffee. But I might eventually get into cooking as well because I love eating, but the whole work I'm just not ready for it yet. I'd rather just pay the money and just have something good.
So your parents must be good cooks.
My mom is a pretty good cook. My mom is a pretty good cook, but we also like in Greece. It's very easy to just like order, like in Greece we had like ordering, like delivery. We just had it forever. I know in like other places it's just starting. It started recently with like Uber Eats and all that. But in Greece, like since I was born, we had like delivery here. So yeah, it's really easy to get food.
What's your favorite Greek food?
My favorite Greek food is pasticcio, which is it's like Greek lasagna but with like beef, and it's just really nice. And yeah, I'd say it's probably my favorite Greek food. Even though like as a single thing, feta cheese is my favorite thing that we make in Greece. So if I had to pick one thing that we make in Greece, I would say feta cheese. That's like my number one. But yeah, just like as a all together food, I'd say pasticcio, which is like yeah Greek lasagna with beef. Let's say.
Yes, I cheese is life, so I'm very happy with your
Yeah,
answer.
yeah, yeah. Feta cheese is my yeah. It's perfect for me. I can just eat that anywhere. To be honest.
Good, good. And it's
Yeah.
very good when it's baked, when it's warm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm. Wow, a lot of food convo after before 8 a.m. Before. Mm. Okay, so fruits or vegetables?
Fruits, 100%.
Top
Yeah.
three fruits.
Top three. Number one for me is banana. I love bananas. I think it's like my favorite food.
Do you eat
My
it on
favorite fruit.
stream?
Not really. Sometimes, but I don't really eat much on stream. Just have my coffee most of the time. Banana is my number one. I love eating apples. It's like, yeah, I love apples. Maybe apple is my number two. Uh, I don't know what would be after that. Those two are by far the two of my favorites, and then maybe grapes. I like grapes quite a bit.
Okay, good.
So yeah, I love strawberries, but I've said this on my stream a couple of days ago. I love everything that's strawberry flavored, but I don't like strawberries like as strawberries, which is, I don't know, it might be weird, but I love everything that's like strawberry flavored, but I'm not so, I don't like the actual strawberries that much, which might be
Wow.
weird. I don't know if it's weird, but yeah, that's just,
Well,
yeah,
to
that's
be
what I like.
to be fair, I like oranges, but I don't like
Yeah.
anything flavored orange.
Oh, I'm the exact opposite of that.
Yes.
I hate oranges, but I like orange flavored things.
I know it's kind of it's different, I guess. It's different.
I like tangerine quite a while. That's like an orange, right?
Yeah, a small one.
Yeah. Hmm. I like
Okay.
those way more.
So when you order food, what do you order? What is your go-to? Like middle
My
of the week?
go-to? Well, I really wish we had more Asian food, but we have like no Asian food where I live, which is like my favorite from all the travels that I've like. I always just crave Asian food. Like I used to really have mixed feelings about it when I first started traveling and when I, was like trying it for the first time. Because it's really not that big in Greece, like Asian food here. But I loved it. Every time I travel, it's like my go-to, for sure. Every time, the thing I eat most here is like, it's mostly pork and beef stuff in Greece. We like gyros and souvlaki are very popular, very easy to eat for like delivery as well. They're fast, they're cheap, they're just yeah, they're probably the go-tos. Even though I don't chicken as well. I mean, those are just like the trinity here in Greece. You just pick, probably just pick one of those every day and just go with it.
Okay, good. Good.
Yeah.
So now we know you don't cook, but you want to get into cooking. So if you would go on a date and you wanted to impress someone, what would you cook them?
I don't think if this would be my strategy to cook anything. But let me tell you something. I would, if I really wanted it, I would just pick out a recipe that I would like, and I would just get really good at that. And I probably would just do that. Now, what would that recipe be? I don't know. I make a pretty mean Caesar salad. I make a great Caesar salad. But that's like that's like where my knowledge ends. Because I make pretty good cheesecake as well. So those are like the two things that I've kind of ever cooked because I really like them. So I just make them sometimes. But yeah, I've never, I don't know. I've never really picked it up in general.
Okay, good. Good.
Yeah.
So, is there food that you really, really don't like? That you would like not eat it if it's in it?
Olives. I hate olives. I can't eat anything with olives. Like, olives is like the kind of thing. It's Greek as well, which is
I
like
know.
funny, right? And I absolutely despise olives. Like I cannot eat anything with olives. Like even just like the taste of it, it's just grossing me out. I just can't. I really just can't.
Okay,
Yeah.
good to know.
The thing with
Good to
olives that I don't like is that it's so overwhelming. So like whenever you eat with something, like all you taste is olives at the end. Like I don't. Some of my friends, some friends of mine, like we go out and they order like a sandwich or something and they put olives in it, and I'm like, are you insane? Like all you're gonna taste is olives. You're not gonna taste anything else. So yeah, I don't know. It's olives for sure for me, number one.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay. So now, when you're not streaming or playing Hearthstone, what do you do?
Well, I watch Twitch, I watch YouTube, I watch series, I go out meet my friends. Cinema is really big. I love cinema, so every time there's like a good movie out, I will always go watch it. Um, Other than that, I think that's pretty much it. What I do. Yeah, I like. I'm just really big into like movies and series, so I think those just take up most of my time when I'm not streaming. Uh, yeah, I'd say that's it.
And what's the last movie you watched at the cinema?
I watched the Batman a couple of days ago. Which is people really like it. I didn't like it as much as other people, but it was still a pretty good movie though.
Okay, good, good. Do you
Yeah.
read?
No, I've only read some. I used to read as like when I was younger. I read like the Harry Potters and like the Lord of the Rings as like any kid back then. But after the internet, I haven't really read that much. I've read a couple of books about economics and because I was into it for some point. But that's like one or two books, nothing too crazy, and some friends suggested, and that's pretty much it.
Good, good. And what about um so if you mentioned you watch series, so do you know like what's the last series you watch and that
The
you
last
enjoyed?
series I watched that I enjoyed. Well, I watched the new Peaky Blinders episode yesterday, which just came. There's like a new Peaky Blinders season, which was one of my favorite shows, and it's really good. Last full series that I watched. I think I watched like a documentary. That was the last one I watched on Netflix about Kanye West. And I think that's the last one I watched that I really liked. Yeah, it's like more of a documentary, I don't know if it's exactly a series, but yeah, that's the last one I watched. I really like that.
Yes. Do you do any sports or exercise, training or?
Yes, I do treadmill. I hit the treadmill almost every day. Playing Hearthstone and the treadmill is like one of my favorite things.
Oh, how do you do that?
Yeah. I mean, it's just sit up. You put your tablet. Oh, with my tablet. Yeah, with my tablet. I just yeah. You just put the tablet on the treadmill, and the time passes so fast. You like you don't even understand that you're in the treadmill. Like your mind just like goes off. At least for me, and that makes it much easier and much more you know. Uh, it's just so easy to pass the time with tablet and Hearthstone on the treadmill. It just makes it great.
Nice, nice. I want to try that.
Yeah, yeah. Even on a bike, I used to do like the bike back then when I didn't have a treadmill and I was going to the gym. I used to be on the bike with my playing Hearthstone. It was so easy, so easy. The time passes so quickly.
Sorry, my cat is trying to mute the stream. Uh, he's like pushing the buttons. Don't, Bloom, don't. Okay. So, well, that's really nice. I want to try that. I do have a. My mom is like dangerous. Okay. So, do you play any board games?
Board games. Well, I feel like every now and then I might play a board game with some friends if we like gather somewhere. But I wouldn't say I'm like really big into board games. I'll have fun with them, especially I like, when there's like a new one that I don't know about and people like we're all getting into it. I'll definitely get into it. But no, I wouldn't say I go like out of my way to play board games. But if we're like in a board game mood or if there's like a good board game around, I will definitely get into it.
Okay, good. And
Yeah.
I think you've been playing other games recently.
Other games?
Yeah, than Hearthstone.
Mm, I am not much of a gamer outside of Hearthstone. Like it's very hard for me to find games to enjoy. Cause I have this thing that I can't play games and not be good at them. So yeah, whenever I find a game, I gotta be good at it. Else I can't play games casually. That's like that's one thing I don't like about myself. But I wish I could just play games more casually. But yeah, I'm always too competitive, and I always try to like get really good at things. So yeah, I don't really play much outside of Hearthstone lately. I really got into like the auto chess games and the auto battler games when they first came out. I got pretty good at those. But no, I just keep coming back to Hearthstone. Hearthstone is just like my go-to. I always enjoy it.
Okay, and it's just because right before the interview on Discord, it was written you were playing like another game.
Oh no, that was just like BlueStacks. That's like a mobile phone simulator that I just have on
Okay.
on my PC. Yeah, that's not exactly a game.
Okay, good, good, good.
Yeah, I've been into MOBA games. I've been into like Dota 2. I played a lot of Dota 2 and a lot of WoW. But yeah, I was like, especially with WoW, I was playing too much, too many hours, and I swore to myself that I would never play that game again because I feel like that took away so many years from my life. Yeah, and Dota 2 is I just don't like the community there. It's like so toxic in MOBA games. So it's for me, it's just perfect where I am. Hearthstone is just chill game. We do get a bit toxic every now and then, but it's nothing compared to like some other communities. So yeah.
Okay, good. So you're basically more focused on Hearthstone. And have you tried Teamfight Tactic?
Yeah, to be honest, I never really liked League. I never liked the graphics and the aesthetic of it all. I did play TFT when it was out. I got the max rank, which was I played so much. I played because like I was like I have to get the max rank, else I can't be bad at this game. And I played like for a week straight. I remember I was probably playing every minute that I was awake. I was playing it. And yeah, I got the max rank, and after I got to the max rank, I just never really got back into it again. I tried to get back into it like recently, like a couple of months ago, but the game was like completely different from when I played it last time. So I had no idea what was going on, and I'm like, yeah, I'm just not in the mood to like relearn everything now. Yeah, but it's a great game though. I think it's a really good game. I've just never really got the time to get back into it.
Okay, good. So what is your plan for the near future? How do you envision your next year? Is there anything that you wanted to share?
Well, basically, I'm just focusing on streaming right now. I'm trying to see where it goes. It's been going pretty good so far for this last like 2 years that I've been streaming. It's yeah, and I think I'm doing a pretty good job at growing my stream as well. So for now, I'm just focusing on this. I really like Hearthstone. I really like streaming. So I don't really have any big plans for the future. I'll just keep doing this and until I don't enjoy it anymore, and then I will just hop into something else that I enjoy whenever I stop enjoying that. But no, for now I'm just very happy. I'm just glad for the community I've built as well in my stream. It's just really fun hanging out. And yeah, I'll just keep at it, and we'll see where it goes. I don't know. I don't have any grand future plans.
Okay, well, that's good enough. That's good enough. Especially like when you like what you do and like you see like a future in it. It's always nice.
Yeah. I think definitely in content creation and in streaming, there's like big things ahead, and I think it's getting more and more popular. People are moving away from TV into streams by the day, I feel. So yeah, I think it's a good place to be.
Good, good. And do you have any advice you would give to people that start streaming? I think it's a lot of people like come on my stream and ask for advice. So I will, if you can give these people some tips when they start.
I would say lower your expectations. Like lower them when whatever your expectations are, just lower them at the start when you're starting, and you just gotta really enjoy it. You gotta really enjoy what you're doing, because the viewers can see that. Like the viewers can understand when you don't enjoy what you're doing. I'm pretty sure about that, and they can understand when you're like not in the mood to stream, or when you're not feeling good and all that. So I would say just really try to enjoy it. Just try to build a community, trying to interact with the chat, because like at the end of the day, that's like the number one thing. Like there's a lot of people who can just play a game really good, but there's no many people who can actually stream the game and have like a good response. So yeah, I think you just gotta like it also depends on what you stream, but for Hearthstone, I think you gotta be entertaining. You gotta be like pretty decent at the game. You gotta interact with the chat, and yeah, I think putting too much expectations was kind of like what kind of held me back, I think, at the start, because I was always like, oh, I don't have enough subscribers, I don't have enough viewers, I don't have enough that, I don't have enough that. But when I just kind of stopped thinking about it and I just did my thing, and the results come. So yeah, just be patient, keep doing your best, and yeah, results will hopefully come your way.
Good. How long did it take you to get where you are at now?
It took
No.
me quite a while. I was very lucky when I started, because I had like I was pretty good at competitive HS, which kind of gave me like a boost, so more people like kind of knew about me that way. I had a lot of good friends that were big streamers that were kind enough to like host me or rate me and all of that. I was very interactive in the community as well. Like I would always go in other people's streams and chat, just engage with other people, and that also helped quite a lot. Because then people are like, oh yeah, I know this guy. He's in like Asmodee's or Tyler's chat all the time, and yeah, I feel like that helped quite a bit as well. And then yeah, just try to be as nice as you can. Try not to be too grumpy. And I think yeah, and I think people, and also if it really helps to be pretty good at the game, because yeah, that's like a good combination of things to
Yeah.
have.
No, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean, I think it's pretty important to.
Yeah, but it definitely takes quite a while though. Like at the start, it's rough, but consistency, if you keep streaming and you keep streaming at a certain time, I think that's probably like a good recipe for success.
Good. Do you stream? How much do you stream in a week?
I stream 6 days a week most of the time. It depends on where we are, where we're at with expansion and all that. I stream way more when new expansions come out, or when like mini sets or like auto rotations happen. I stream way more. Now I've been streaming less because it's kind of like a pretty dead period, I feel, for Hearthstone, since we're waiting, at least for constructed, probably not for battlegrounds, but for constructed it's like pretty dead period now. We're just kind of waiting for rotation and all that stuff. So now I've just been taking it a bit more easy, chilling a bit, recharging. I'm taking more days off than normal. But yeah, normally I'd stream like 6 days a week. I think I stream every day except Monday most of the time. when
Oh,
there's like a new content out. Yeah.
Monday. What do you do on Monday?
Monday, I don't know. I like doing nothing on my days off, to be honest. Yeah, just chill with my dog, watch movies, just silence, try to stay off the internet a bit because I get enough internet as because it's kind of like my job. So yeah, that's pretty much what I do.
People in chat are like, "You're on Twitch on Mondays in stream."
No, I am. I am on Twitch. That's the thing, though, because I mean, you can only watch that many movies in a day. I gotta like interact as well, right? So I will always hop in some chat, some like friend of mine, and just talk about Hearthstone. Yeah, it's a part of my day off, to be honest. Yeah.
Okay, good. So let me check. Chat, did you have any questions? I'm just gonna check if my mod sent me a list
Yeah.
of questions quickly. Okay. So number one, which card do you think? I thought. Whoa. Which card do you like to see in the next core set?
I really like to see some. I'm a big druid fan, if you haven't figured that out already. So, some druid cards that I really like that are in wild are Ferocious Howl, which is like 3 mana, gain as much armor as many cards you have, and draw a card. Something like that. I don't know the wording exactly. That's one of my favorite cards. So I wish they bring that card back. And I really like Oaken Summons, which might be a bit too OP. Which it's like gain 5 armor and summon a 4 or less minion from your deck. I really like that card as well. And Branching Pass. Branching Pass is my least favorite of the 3, but yeah, that's like either gain 4 armor, draw a card, or give your minions +1 attack and it costs 4 mana and you can do it twice. Yeah, those 3 are my top 3 that I want in the core set.
Okay, good. How was competing in the current HS esport compared to before? I'm not sure you're competing anymore though. Are you?
Well, I'm not competing right now. I mean, I did qualify randomly for this next Masters Tour. I don't know if I'm gonna play it, but I managed to get a finish even though I wasn't really going for it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. The times have kind of changed a bit. I feel like ever since the YouTube deal in competitive Hearthstone has kind of not been at its best. And that's mainly because there's like way less exposure now. So, the teams are not that willing to sign like any competitive players because like what's really the point? There's like a YouTube with like 4,000 or 5,000 viewers. That's nothing compared to what it like used to be on Twitch. So I feel like that was like really bad overall for competitive Hearthstone. Yeah, I mean, there's still like plenty of good players, I feel like also players get better by each year. But yeah, like overall, I'd say it's kind of been on a fall since the YouTube deal. And I think that's like the biggest reason why.
Okay. Yeah. No, I think lots of streamer thinks like that too. It's not. Yes. So what is? Well, I think you did answer that a bit earlier, but your favorite deck of all time?
I have so many favorite decks. I want to say Quest Rogue is my favorite deck of all time.
Which Quest?
I think it might be the Quest Rogue with
the Cavern
that you used to make the Cavern. Yes, the Cavern. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that deck I just loved the way it played out. I was really good at it. Yeah, that one was one of my all-time favorites. That Raza Priest, Mali Druid, Alignment Druid. There's so many decks. Miracle Rogue. But the number one that I have just such a good memory of playing it is that Rogue deck. I loved playing against aggro with that deck. Even though you weren't favored against aggro, those were the interesting games for me. Yeah. definitely. Caverns Quest Rogue.
Okay, good, good. So someone in chat is asking, can you ask him why he's the luckiest player alive? I guess it's someone
There's
from your
been
chat.
there's been some defamation of character by Hearthstone. They had a clip of me, and they tweeted out that I'm the luckiest player alive. Ever since then, it's been haunting me. Even though the real Fino fans know that it's the unluckiest player alive, they just forgot the "un" at the start. But yeah, that's like a meme that we have in my chat, that sometimes I'm the luckiest, sometimes I'm the unluckiest. It's just like, it kind of evens out.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good. Okay. Is there a Greek dish you think everyone should try outside of Greece?
A Greek dish. I don't want to say pasticcio, which is like my favorite Greek food, because I feel like that's like kind of common. Greek dish. I think everyone should try feta cheese. Yes.
Okay.
I will go with feta. It's not a dish, it's like a product, but if you haven't tried that, I'll try it. It's for me, it's perfect. It's the perfect cheese.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, last question.
Yeah.
Related to art on the cards, is there a favorite? Do you have a top 3 favorite art on cards?
I just remember that I recently really liked Onyxia, the new Onyxia.
Yes.
I feel like it looked amazing, the new Onyxia art. I think it might be one of my favorites because, yeah, it just looks so great. Like the angle and, you can see the whole dragon and the colors. I think it's perfect. So yeah, the latest Onyxia card I think was one of the strongest arts they've done in a long time. Other than that, I really like Golden Mutanus. I think it's one of my favorite golden arts because it has like some crazy eyes. It's really nice. And another one, I don't know what else. There's so many good cases. I really like Garros as well, Golden Garros. That's like I feel like it's one of the best golden portraits, just Golden Garros, the normal 500 win version. I think that looks great.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it does. It does look very great.
Yeah.
Good. Well, thank you so much. We really appreciate having you on the show this morning.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Yeah, it's fun to get to know you a bit on a deeper level as a person, not just as a streamer or a Hearthstone player. So
Yeah.
thank you. We really appreciate you being here this morning.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Good. Amazing. So have a great day, and I will talk
Yeah,
to
you
you
too, you too.
Bye.
Have a good one, guys.
Thanks.
Take care.
Bye.